Watching 13 on your side.
Every once in a while, the story we set out to tell turns out to be something totally different. And that's what happened to our entertainment reporter Kirk Montgomery recently. It was supposed to be a simple follow-up about a local film shot in West Michigan last year that is now ready for release. But the story Kirk discovered goes far deeper and richer than he expected. And it shines brighter than any Hollywood spotlight.
Our story begins in June 2019 in Whitehall, Michigan. On the set of Lost Heart, a faith-based indie film by Michigan-based Collective Development, lead actress Melissa Anschutz plays a superstar who returns to her hometown after a family tragedy, searching for redemption and struggling to restore her faith. Several seasons have come and gone since then. The cast and crew are now gathering to see the film for the first time before it's released. And of course, the world has changed as well. As for Melissa, the demons her character faced in the movie pale in comparison to what she has faced in real life.
It's been quite a year. It's a hard year.
Melissa is not only the star of the film, she's also one of the producers.
It immediately goes into post, and so the editing begins, and my husband had a lump. It seemed like it was like a swollen tonsil. And so I said, you need to go get that checked, because it's just not going away.
Her husband, Stephen. She was 18, he was 21, when their love blossomed on the shores of Saugatuck in the early 1980s. 2 sons, and nearly 30 years later, the bond is stronger than ever. But that lump, a quick visit to the family doctor, a number of antibiotic treatments later, it still doesn't go away. Then an ENT specialist, then a biopsy, finally a diagnosis.
Squamous cell carcinoma.
A common form of cancer, but the treatments can be brutal. And just when 2020 hasn't thrown enough at them, an atypical lump is discovered in Melissa's breast. It's removed, another biopsy in the family, and she continues to concentrate her efforts on Stephen. Then the call from her doctor.
She said, Melissa, I'm so sorry, but I'm calling to let you know that when we sent the pathology report out, we did get those results back, and you have cancer, breast cancer.
Does she tell Stephen? Does she add to the worry of her 2 teenage sons? She decides they will face this all as a family together.
His treatment started. They found a second lump on me on my left ovary.
Melissa and Stephen now both fight the same enemy. Stephen's cancer proves to be very aggressive and spreads rapidly. 2 rounds of treatments cruelly rob him, the grill master of the family, of his ability to taste or eat. For Melissa, a double mastectomy and hysterectomy, all within weeks of each other.
I prayed for my mama to come back and for my daddy to be sober. But you know what? He never answered. So I went elsewhere.
In the movie, Melissa's character struggles to find her faith. In real life, the opposite is true.
I was praying for mercy, I'll admit it. In times that I should have been completely broken, I 100% know that he wrapped me up and he lifted me and he carried me. And that is how I got through it.
With the toughest test yet to come.
I just remember I felt like my body was just shaking, and I just walked, and there was a nurse on my way to my sister, and she was standing there, and I'm sorry.
Co-star Victoria Jackson shares Melissa's deep faith.
She's blowing me away.
I had breast cancer 5 years ago and double mastectomy, radiation, chemo and all that. And so I know what she went through, but her husband having cancer and her having 7 surgeries, that's like she went through like 1,000,000 times more trauma than I went through. And what a shining inspiration.
We're just gonna fight this. I mean, I'm such a little fighter. My whole family's fighters.
Stephen Anschutz died August 28, 2020. He was 52. Now, Melissa is cancer-free today, The film Lost Heart is available for free viewing this weekend via the streaming service Encourage TV, 2 nights, November 7th and the 21st. I highly recommend it. It is charming, it is heartwarming, and faith-based without being preachy. And a reminder, know you're normal and do a monthly breast self-exam.